When you first launch Smoke, you will receive the Autodesk Smoke 2015 splash screen, which allows you to control many elements of using the software, such as host computer, project, workspace, and user. In this video, we're going to focus on how to create, edit, and delete users inside of Smoke 2015. Currently, I do not have a user created. So over on the right side, under where it reads User, I'll click the New button. The Create New User Profile dialog box will open. The first thing we want to do in the name field is give this user a name. I'll name it Ken LaRue after myself. Below that, you have your profile options. Now, the profile that is associated with this username has many elements to it, but one of the main things is the keyboard shortcuts you will be using by default with this user. The default keyboard shortcuts are the Smoke 2015, which are based on Final Cut Pro 7 editorial hotkeys. If you click where it reads Profile, you'll see there's several different options. If you've been using Smoke for years and you want to use the original Smoke Classic hotkeys, you can choose Smoke Classic. If you're a Flame user and you want to use the Flame hotkeys, you would obviously choose the Flame profile. I'm going to choose the new Smoke 2015 I'm going to choose the original default Smoke. And again, as I mentioned earlier, your editorial hotkeys are based on the Final Cut Pro 7 shortcut hotkeys. Underneath that then, you'll see the path and the directory as to where this user is going to be created. Inside of Smoke, you have a wide variety of user preferences you can set to control how the software will react and how it will work. So by default, when I create this user, I can choose New Preferences, and everything will be set to the default as far as the preferences for this user. Now, if I wanted to copy the preferences from an existing user, maybe something has been customized, and I want to have that customization automatically part of this user's profile, I could do so by clicking where it reads New Preferences, and now you'll see it reads Copy From. Then below that, I can choose to copy from a user all of the preferences, including the shortcut hotkeys, or if I just click where it reads all, I can tell this user to copy just the shortcut hotkeys that are associated with a different user. Again, I know I'm repeating myself, but if you've customized shortcuts inside of another user and you want to copy those to this user, this is a great way of doing it. Currently, I have no other user on my system, so this option really is not relevant to me because, as you can see where it reads user, there is no user. It is grayed out. Here is where you would choose, though, from another user if you wanted to copy from. I'm going to click Copy From once again to go back to New Preferences, so as far as my new user profile, Ken LaRue, everything is coming brand new as far as my preferences. I'll click the Create button, and now the new user has been added. Once a user is created, at the splash screen, you can always edit, change, or delete it. So with my new user, Ken LaRue, selected, I can click the Edit button, and then the Edit User Profile box will appear. And again, I can do many things such as change what is the actual profile, Smoke, Flame, Smoke Classic, which would mean I'm modifying the user. I can also choose to delete the user. And now if I click delete, this user would no longer be in existence. Just remember, once you delete a user, it is not undoable. Let me switch this back to modify. In fact, I'll just choose cancel. We'll look at creating a project in the next video, but just understand right now I already have a project created named Smoke 2015. Now I'll click on the Start button and the new project will be launched, and I will be using my new user profile that I just created. At any time while working in Smoke, you can edit, switch, delete, and control the user that you have created. For example, if I go back up to the File menu, you'll see in my flyout Project and User Settings. I click on that, and the Project and User Settings dialog box appears. Looking over at the user side, you'll see the same options we had out at our splash screen. With the user profile name Ken LaRue selected, I can choose Edit, and I can come in and modify or delete this. I'll cancel that. I want to create a new user from within inside the application. So I'll choose the New button. This time I want this to be Smoke Classic. So I'll name it Smoke Classic and then slide down in my profiles and choose Smoke Classic. Once again, you have the option to create all new preferences or copy from an existing user. I'm going to leave it set to New Preferences and choose Create. A new user profile has been created, and now I can switch between the two of them very easily if I needed to. When you switch to a different user, remember to click the Load button before you close this dialog box. And once again, when you launch Smoke and you receive its splash screen, you will have the same option to choose what user profile you want to use in the current project you are starting. So that's a quick look at how you can create, modify, and delete users, either at the splash screen when you first launched Smoke 2015 or from within a project while you are working.